In late August, California became the first U.S. state to announce it would phase out sales of new gas-fueled cars by 2035 to fight pollution and climate change. Right now, over 14 million cars are registered in the nation's most populous state, and about 16% of these are zero-emission cars. The new regulations will push that number to 35% by 2026 and 68% by 2030. The goal is a 35% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions and an 80% drop in nitrogen oxide emissions over the next 2 decades.
In California, this is a game changer as it relates to the environment. There's nothing else that will move the needle on greenhouse gases more than tailpipe emissions.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says Californians are ready for the big change.
I think we've come together as on the issue of low carbon green growth. I mean, people don't want to pay any more at the pump. People are sick and tired of having folks determine their future over in the Middle East and based on, petropolitics.
Drivers say they would be happy to swap their regular cars for green transportation. The problem is that according to Kelley Blue Book, electric vehicles, or EVs, cost an average of $10,000 more than regular cars. Still, consumers like Brian, who didn't want to give his last name, says the move towards green energy is inevitable.
It's going to happen sooner or later. Everything's moving more toward green energy, so it makes sense to just make the transition happen rather than just only wait for the markets to make that happen.
There are other concerns about EVs, such as supply chain issues concerning EV battery materials and a lack of charging stations. There are some 80,000 such stations in California today, the largest number compared to anywhere else in the U.S. But the state is still quite behind its goal to have 250,000 such stations by 2025.
You have to understand that, unfortunately right now, because there is not that many electric cars, so we don't have a lot of electric stations. Me personally, I do not think this is going to happen exactly at 2035. I believe this is going to take a little longer than that.
Vladimir Rajic owns a car dealership and believes the market will adapt to the new green reality, but not as quickly as California lawmakers hope. But climate scientists say when it comes to climate change, if we do nothing, melting ice will cause dangerous rises in sea levels during this century.
We're definitely looking at 1 to 2 meters in some regions, San Francisco Bay, for example, or the Los Angeles metropolitan area. We can stop it, or we can at least slow the rate at which it's progressing.
The more states that follow California's example, the faster the car market will make the switch to electric cars, experts say. At least 4 other states have already taken steps to follow suit. For Angelina Bagdasaryan in Los Angeles, NRI's VOA News.